Well, it just makes sense, doesn't it? A healthy church is going to be growing. And so we're looking to see that growth in spiritual depth as well as growth in numbers. And you'd want that in any healthy church. I first heard about NCD when I was about 19 years old, I think, and I went along to a seminar on how to plant and grow churches, and I heard this incredible concept that you could do this survey on your church community and it would measure your church's health in 8 different areas, showing up what you need to work on most to see your church break through to the next level. When I first found out about NCD, one of the things that most caught my attention was this analogy of a barrel with 8 planks going up the sides, each of them different lengths. And you can only fill the barrel with water as high as the lowest plank goes, and the water will cascade over the side. And so if you want to contain more water in your barrel, you need to have that plank taller. Now, each plank symbolises one of the 8 areas of health in your church. And so this really kind of made sense to me, that if I want to be able to have more people in my church family, we need to attend to whatever the lowest plank is. And this survey gives me all that I need to know to figure that out. When I first started using NCD, I was a little bit concerned that I was only going to be surveying 30 people. I thought, why aren't we surveying everybody? What I realised though was, as we used the survey one year after the other, it didn't make any difference. The fact was we were using the same instrument one year after the other. It was giving me some results that I could chart, and we could see whether we were going up or down or what areas we needed to grow in. So it didn't turn out to be an issue after all. As the Seventh-day Adventist, I'm really interested in knowing, is this going to be a Bible-based tool? And I'm excited about it because I'm 100% comfortable with the fact that it is a Bible-based tool. It measures things like passionate spirituality, which, I'm really big on prayer and the Bible. And so I wanted to see that in there, and of course it is in there. Another thing that's so important is how many people are getting involved. Well, what do you know? That's there as well. It's one of the areas that it measures is people being involved in ministries in relation to their spiritual gifts. And so all these factors that are being measured are all biblical factors. They're what you want to see in a Bible-based Adventist church. Yeah, I'm full of confidence in the results that you get back. Let me give you an example. A couple of years ago, our surveys showed that holistic small groups were low. Now, as we thought about our church, it was obvious that they were. This gave us a key area to work on over the next 12 months. We launched a whole new small group push in our church, and it's been great to see in the following year that part of our church life improving in health. Recently on a survey, we saw loving relationships as the low area. We could tell that this is an accurate response. It wasn't terribly low, but it was an area that really needed work. And so in recent months, we've been putting extra focus into hospitality, greeting team, all kinds of different parts of church life that are related to loving relationships. We put some of our best leaders into leading our social committee, and it's amazing how quickly things have started to change at church. When I've looked at this survey, it's measuring 8 fundamental essentials for a church. And so it doesn't really matter to me where the survey came from. As a Bible-believing Adventist, I know I want my church growing in those areas. And so I'm full of confidence that this is good for my Adventist church. I would encourage any pastor to pick this up. And if they haven't done it before, they might be feeling a little ambivalent or nervous about doing it, knowing their church isn't going great and they don't want to have it sort of rubbed in their face or salt in the wound. I know my church has already got problems and I'm trying to address them as best I can, but when you do the survey, it shows where things are critically struggling and it brings clarity to everything. And I want to encourage you to have the courage to say, yes, I'm going to do this survey and look at the facts, warts and all. I've heard that a good leader is someone who's prepared to look at the ugly, difficult situations that they're facing and then have the faith to say, well, this is where we are, but we're not going to stay this way. We're going to move forward. That's what Jesus wants us to do. And being able to have a look at the survey gives us a real snapshot of what things are actually like. And it's an outside perspective, refreshing look at where things are at so you can move forward. As you do the survey 1 year after another, you get to see the pattern of growth. You can see how you've moved forward. You can see where God's leading, and you can see what needs to be addressed. Things change fast, and I would encourage people to do the survey at least once a year, and even more in a church plant if things are changing that fast. And it really gives you a great pattern of where to go.